You guys have solved a big problem for us. One of the key challenges we always have is making sure that the temperature of the fermentation stays consistent, or at least to try and make sure that it's the right temperature in the first place. My brew cakes have been traveling all over the house. So you have a solution for us now?
Yeah, correct. I mean, we have had a solution that puts the brew kegs into your kegerator, but that stops you from being able to drink beer. That's not a good solution, we don't think. So we've brought out a couple of products that we call the BrewSnug, which is the BrewSnug 10 here, and the BrewSnug 25 for our 10 and 25 litre devices, which are simply neoprene jackets with integrated heating belts and thermostat control that you slip your existing brew keg into, and then you're able to, in the colder months, maintain a minimum fermentation temperature.
This is like almost like little sleeping bags you set up here for our brew kegs. But you're talking about colder months. Now it gets pretty cold where we are. I mean, when you talk colder months, how cold would this still be working?
So we've tested this through an entire fermentation at 4 degrees Celsius and maintained a 20 degrees Celsius fermentation, which is ideal. If you've got your brew keg sitting in a shed or a garage, just in terms of having cold environments, this is a good place to keep your brew keg warm.
But you guys also give me some other controls now, because I can set the fermentation temperatures at different levels during the actual fermentation process, can I not?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically you can dial your fermentation temperature up from ambient temperature. So if we're sitting here on a 30 degree stinking hot day, you wouldn't use a BrewSnug. But through autumn, winter and spring, when the temperatures are cooler, you can dial that temperature up. So if you want to start your fermentation at 15, bring it up to 18, continue it at 23, you can do that. Some yeast just call for a good hard out 23 degrees. You can do that.
But it brings up the point that more control is being given to me as a brewer to be able to come up and experiment with all the kinds of ways that I want to do.
Definitely. So you've got the opportunity with the BrewSnug to set your temperature variations, whether it be 15, 18, 23 or 30, and see what absolutely works best for the beer that you're brewing.
It's got some neat little features.
Yeah, so basically there's a couple of key things. First of all, we've got a neoprene Cossack style hat. The purpose for that is then you've got full visibility of the brew keg. You can look at things like fermentation pressure, for example, with your pressure gauge. Then we've got a couple of other key elements here. The first is the temperature probe. Now that connects to the sediment bottle, because that's the temperature you want to monitor. You want to monitor the temperature of the yeast, not the outside of the jacket or the stainless steel vessel. It's actually monitoring the temperature of the yeast. So that attaches to the sediment bottle. And then we've got our temperature controller here. So we can set that. So by holding in that button, we can step that up or down. And now that's in a heat mode. That little light came on. And that's then controlling a heat band that runs around the width of the BrewSnug, so that you're getting good heat into the vessel. The last piece is that we've got a zipper access here to be able to get a view of the sediment bottle. Because through the fermentation process, you want to be able to see what's going on. Where am I at in my process?
Now, is it only for brew keg 10? Can I put my big ones in a neoprene jacket now as well?
No, so we have, with the new Brew Keg 25 that is designed to fit inside a kegerator, we've designed a BrewSnug for that. So it is for the 10 and the 25. It's not really designed at this stage for our 50 litre versions.
This is a little sleeping bag you've got here with a heat belt in it. What do I do for chilling it when it really gets hot in summer?
You put it in a cool part of your house. But also remember that one of our points of differentiation is we don't really top out on temperature. So I'm often brewing beers in the middle of summer at 30 degrees Celsius, and it's not a problem. So it's not designed as a cooling device. It is a warming device for the cooler months. But in the summer months, you're in good shape anyway.